Wow, it's the second leg of the Carabao Cup. Can you believe it? It's at Emirates Stadium this year. This year also we've got a one-goal advantage. Should have been two, but we sort of, just messed up at the end of the game there at Stamford Bridge last week, or 2-3 weeks ago. But look, it's February the 2nd. The game kicks off on the February the 3rd, and time's just rolling. Look, January's done now. We've got a good few results under our belt. Let's get through February the same. Let's try and not lose any games, though. Forget about the Champions League. All eyes are on this game on Tuesday. We've got enough time to rest for the Sunderland game on Saturday. Sunderland play tonight, which is Monday. And then we play on Tuesday, which is at home anyway. And then Sunderland have got to travel all the way up down to the Emirates. Remember, that's a massive, massive journey. Yeah, they may catch a plane, but it's still a massive journey. And we don't like going to the northeast. Newcastle, Sunderland, that sort of stuff. Even Leeds, it's pretty long. So we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to recover and come up with a game plan to beat Sunderland. This one's all about Chelsea. Chelsea have got nothing to lose, so they're going to come and try and get the goals. That's what they're going to do. They're going to play with no fear. That's what I imagine. There's no point, sitting back because they need a goal. And this game has got the ingredients to be a top game. Could be a classic, mate. It could be a classic, or we could just shut them up and win 1-0, 2-0. I hope it's that. I hope it's more calmness. Hope the shin kicker's not going to start kicking us and that. And I hope we've got a good referee who, if Chelsea want to, start fighting and that, he puts them straight, books them and all that sort of stuff, because that's what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and injure our players. That's the only tactic they've got. And then obviously remember the game at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League where they tried getting our man sent off, but it's not going to happen this time around, is it? So it's one of them, mate. We've just got to keep all our eyes on the ball, on our plan, and not fuck up. It's ours. We've got one foot in the final. Let's get the second foot in the final and go to Wembley, man. Now, Chelsea, obviously, we know at the weekend they was losing 2-0 at half-time against West Ham. They was at home, and then they managed to score 3 and win. And that's their first ever time in the Premier League ever, where they're 2-0 down at half-time, and then they win the game. But look, it's a West Ham side. I'm not looking too much into that. If you think Chelsea scare me, or any of us Arsenal fans, or the team, or Arteta, you've got another thing coming. They've not beat us for, years and years. I think it was, 2021 or something, but we'll get into the head-to-head in a minute. They've probably had, one win in the last, 8-9 years, whatever it is. It's coming to the point where Chelsea fans are absolutely rattling for a win against Arsenal. It's like they're on this withdrawal, man. They need that win against Arsenal. They're craving it. It's like it's like they've come off a drug and they need it. They need that high. They're fucking rattling bad. But we ain't going to let it happen. We're going to continue to let them rattle and fucking hurt them. Bring more pain to them and more joy for us. So look, it's a massive game, man. It's a massive game. The team that Chelsea played, it was more or less the team that we expect to play against us. He did make a couple of changes. João Pedro, I think, didn't start the game against West Ham. You've got your normal ones like Reece James, who's fit and available for this game. Cole Palmer is. Caicedo's not suspended for this game. So expect to see all those big players coming into the team in this second leg. And, you've got Garnacho, who scored 2 against us the last game. He probably starts this game because of that. And they've got players like Cucurella. Their defence is quite awful anyway. I mean, there's no standout performer there. Sanchez obviously makes mistakes as well in net. It's a chance to get to Wembley. The team that come to Chelsea, it's not going to be an easy game though, lads, because they've got nothing to lose. When you've got nothing to lose, you come for it, you go for it. But the fact of the matter is, you come into Arsenal, and this is what we want teams to do recently. Come and play at the Emirates so we can absolutely annihilate you. The thing is, we don't want them to come this game, but they will. So it's a bit of an unusual one. Either way, we've got to be ready. We've got to be ready for fire. We've got to be ready for war, because this is a final that we need to really get to. We want to start winning finals and get into cup finals, because if Arteta can get a couple of trophies this season, especially one of the big ones, all these years that he's not won anything, it literally goes out the window. It goes out the window, and he gets a lot more credit in the bank. And you know what? Once one trophy starts coming, the others will start rolling on the conveyor belt. That's basically what it will be. We'll get used to it. The players will get used to it. We'll have that fear factor. We'll have that mentality. We'll have the experience of winning a trophy, and we'll keep on going for more. So look, head to head, we're going off the last 8 in all competitions. Obviously, we've played them twice at the bridge this season. We've won 1 and drawn 1. They did play well in the first game in the league, but for them it was a cup final. For us, it was just another game getting ticked off. This game again at Emirates Stadium, for them it's a cup final. For us, it's a semi-final. It's as simple as that. Our cup final will be in March if hopefully we can get there. Now, obviously, with the first time we lost at the Emirates Stadium last week, that'll give Chelsea a bit of confidence knowing that they can come there and go for it. But it's a freak result. It doesn't happen often against Arsenal. You ain't going to come to the Emirates and beat us on a regular basis. It just ain't going to happen. So the head-to-head, we beat them at the bridge. We drew 1-1. The last 8, we've won 5 and drawn 3. I mean, these sort of records, Arsene Wenger didn't even have these sort of records against these top clubs. The thing is, it doesn't mean anything right now unless we get a trophy behind it. We get a trophy behind it, these records are going to look phenomenal for Arteta, honestly. When he gets that Premier League trophy, a Carabao Cup, another FA Cup, a Champions League, whatever it will be, and then you put these records on the side of it as well, and then hopefully he can get another Premier League title as well, it's just going to look phenomenal. His CV, his work rate, his records are just going to look... It's going to be unbelievable. It's just, honestly, he needs that trophy really badly. But look, they've not beat us in 8 games. It's longer than that, actually. If we go back, it's about 13 games, I think, since they last beat us. It was that one where Lukaku came back and they thought he's going to win them the title and that. They did beat us 2-0 at the Emirates comfortably. We was a dead team then, though, wasn't we? We're a complete different animal right now. Are Chelsea going to be dangerous? Yes, I do think they will have their moments. Cole Palmer's due to have a good game soon as well. He's not firing. All the other players are chipping in with goals. Palmer's he's on a bit of a drought. But that will, that drought will not continue for longer, and I hope it doesn't. I hope it continues for the Arsenal game, and then whatever happens, happens. I couldn't care less. But look, if you go off recent history, it's an easy Arsenal win, but they've got nothing to lose. I keep saying that. I keep applying emphasis on that, because when you've got nothing to lose, you're different. You play different. But if Chelsea do go on to get that first goal, I think the system will change. I don't know if they'll try and go for that second, and then I think they might try and slow the game down and then get us on the counter, a set piece, something like that, because we will control the game, and I hope we control the game completely, at least for 70, 80 minutes. If we do that, we win the game. Now, it's difficult, it's hard, it's tough to say what sort of team lineup I want to put out there. Now, Kepa, for me, hasn't performed well enough. He got us into the semi-final, obviously, with that save in the penalty shootout. But other than that, in the Champions League, he conceded 2 against Cairo Almighty. First one, penalty, you can't really say much. But the second one, you've got to be on it, mate. You just fumbled at it, and we conceded 2. And then he conceded 2 against Chelsea. I don't think he was very good at that as well. For me, I might start David Raya in this game. I know it's a bit, unlucky, and it's a bit sad that Kepa might not play this game. I think Arteta will trust him, though. It's at Emirates. It's against his old team even. I said foes there because that's what they are at the present time. But Kepa's going to want to play this. He's going to want to get us into the final, especially against Chelsea's old team. But for me, I'm going to put David Raya. I just want to be safe and play it safe, man. I don't want any room for or anything happen in that defensive line where I'm afraid of something going wrong. So for me, it's David Raya. At the right back, I'm going to go strong, but I'm going to mix it as well. I trust Ben White. Since Ben White's come back this season, he's been class, mate. He's been top. He's a proper professional. Honestly, anyone who's seen this player play live, you can see that, you know what, he doesn't let the outside noise affect him no matter what. And it's hard to do that. He switches off. He's able to do that. Ben White plays for me. Timber's gone off the boil a bit, if you ask me, and I think he needs these rests in midweek. And we've got to rotate as much as we can between White and Timber because they are both top players. Ben White plays for me. Does Mosquera come in or does Saliba play? For me, it's a semi-final, man. You've got to play your top players. But I'm going to make one change. I'm going to put Mosquera and then Gabriel. So Gabriel plays for me in Moscow. I'm going to change one at the centre-back. I'm not going to change both. And then on the left-back, is it Hincapié? Is it Lewis Skelly? Is it Calafiore? It's a tough one. Excuse me, because especially Calafiore's back. He's got a few minutes under his belt. I think this game's a bit too much, though. Chelsea are going to be going at it. For me, it's got to be somebody who's been playing a lot of games. I'm going to go with Hincapié. Lewis Skelly can see this one out, unfortunately. Now, in the midfield, it's Zubimendi and Rice. I did want to play Rice in the holding midfield player position and then put Havertz and Odegaard, but I think that's a game for a Premier League. So this one is Zubimendi, Rice, and we need that control. I'm going to go with Odegaard. On the left, up top first, we're going with Victor Gyökeres. He's on form now. He scored against Chelsea last in the first leg, got an assist as well, and I think he's got that confidence running through now, and I think he could possibly score. He starts. Is it Madueke or Saka? Saka had a little bit of a niggle. Those were the words that Arteta said. So Madueke starts for me. Saka we're saving for Sunderland. Madueke's got a chance here to score against his old team and show him why he's made the right decision. On the left, it's Martinelli. Trossard's not been on top form recently, so hasn't anyone. Martinelli, when he came on, he played well and he got the assist for Victor Gyökeres. Top run down the flank, cut it to the left side, crossed it in left foot, and it was on a plate for Gyökeres. Well, it wasn't, but Gyökeres, won that challenge and got the last touch to knock it into the net. That's my lineup. Now, the result for me, I do believe Chelsea might score. It's one of those games. It's a cup semi-final as well. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Arsenal. I don't think it's going to be hard. Easy. But I do think we'll make it easier for ourselves if we score the first goal and it stays 1-0 at half-time. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Arsenal. And hopefully that will happen. We'll get a win or a draw. That's all we need. And we'll go to Wembley.